Jean here from Happy Indulgence, and today I'm going to go through my April book haul. Even though there were a lot of public holidays in April, especially in Australia, I managed to stay away from the shops, which is good because I clearly don't need, more books to add to the TBR. So let's begin. The first book I bought was The Batman Files, and I hunted down the hardcover of this book. I'm a massive Batman fan and he's my favourite superhero character. So this book basically goes through Bruce Wayne's files and their handwritten notes that he takes as he goes through, his adventures. And yes, I had to own it and I had to track this down, which is pretty cool, but it's annoying because it has this flap around it and I'm like, why is it not glued to the book? So I'm guessing it's just meant to be like this. The hardcover was actually super hard to find and I'm glad I picked this up from Angus and Robertson. The next book I bought was Winter Song by S.J. Jones, and this is written by a diverse author. I've heard a lot of great things about this book, that is beautifully written and it's also about a goblin king. And Liesel is a character who has to journey underground to save her sister, which has been taken. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. I also got quite a few books sent from publishers in Australia. So the first one is Girl in Between by Anna Daniels. This looks like it's a chick lit book about a girl who goes through some crazy escapades. She's a girl who's at crossroads with relationships, with family, career, and with cities. She's just going through and finding out her life. It sounds like quite a funny and hilarious read, and she also has a 10-year-old dog, which is a Kelpie, so I love dogs, obviously. This one is from Allen and Unwin Australia. I don't think it's a YA book, but it looks like a fun Australian book. I also got the next Alex Rider, so this is Never Say Die by Anthony Horowitz. I haven't read any Alex Rider books, but they sound like they're pretty popular for teens, so I might give this one to my nephew. The Alex Rider series is about a teen super spy. Apparently it's full of action, so yes. Thank you to Walker Books Australia for sending this to me. From Hotkey Books, I got Out of Heart by Irfan Master. I hadn't heard about this book before, but it's about Adam, who is a teenage boy who lives with his mother, and his grandfather dies, and his grandfather donates his heart. Recipient of the heart is a boy called William, and he's a really lonely boy who doesn't have much family, and he feels really alone until he meets Adam's family. So yes, it sounds like it's going to be a really touching book. The next book from Walker Books Australia is Released by Patrick Ness. So this is the hardcover edition. Last month I covered the ARC edition that I got, which is paperback. I haven't heard too much about Release, except people are saying that it's good. It's about a guy called Adam Thorne, and there's a ghost that he's trying to escape from who is leaving destruction in her wake. So Patrick Ness's books are usually pretty meta. If you haven't read More Than This, that is a really great LGBT book. Here it is, and More Than This was super meta as well. There wasn't really a defined scene, but it was about a guy who got stuck in this world, who might be an afterlife, and it was more about finding himself and his sexuality. The next book I got is Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. I already had the ARC edition of this as well. So it's about a girl who is in love with her best friend and he suddenly wins the lottery and all the dynamic changes between them. I have heard good reviews about this book. From Allen and Unwin, I got these last three books. So the next one is Into the White, Scott's Antarctic Odyssey. Obviously this book is about an expedition into Antarctica. There's a lot of memorable characters, including ponies and dogs, and I think it's a Terra Nova expedition. I haven't heard too much about that before. But yes, so this is from Allen and Unwin Australia. I also got Avenged by Amy Tintera, and this is a sequel to Ruined, which I didn't read, and I kind of feel like I should. I don't actually know too much about this because I didn't read Ruined, but that one was a fantasy book about revenge. I actually am hesitant about reading this series because I did read Reboot by Amy Tintera, and I really didn't like it because it turned into a romance, which I'm not a fan of. So I heard the same thing happened with Ruin, but it's also, I heard the fantasy parts were really good because the character was super ruthless. Last but not least, I got Singing My Sister Down and Other Stories by Margot Lanigan, and this is an Aussie YA read. It features 10 different short stories and they all sound like they're super beautifully written. So yes, here's all the books that I got during April. I hope you guys found out more about some new reads that are coming out, and yes, if you end up picking any of them up or if you want me to read any of them specifically, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thanks guys, see ya, I'll see you guys next time.